Okay, so apparently today, February 25th, 2025, it's 3:55 p.m. Apparently, Adam has decided this is gonna be one of these drama-filled days. Okay, and it really started yesterday. Yesterday during the evening, it wasn't dark yet, and so it's pre-evening, as Sheldon says. But I told him that, I suggested, I said, let's go put some gas in my SUV, because I had PT, physical therapy, the next day, which is today. And he said, no, I have a different idea, which is nothing unusual. It's always something else. It's always one of those actually in his family. Actually, it's going to be something different. And he wanted to go this morning. So he'll go, in the morning and put some gas in my SUV. And I told him, I said, he said, what time do you leave? I said, 10 o'clock. In the morning is when I leave. And he said, so how are you going to do it? He said, I'll go before you leave. I said, you're going to go with me, in other words, to physical therapy. And I told him that because he's a smoker and they have a thing on the door, but it's a smoke-free. Not that he would want to smoke in there, but the smell of it, I can't handle people wearing perfumes, and I'm not going to be able to handle that either. So he said, no, I'll go before you go before you leave. Okay, I don't know what he was thinking, really. Okay, because I can't sleep at night. I have been having to leave the home, my home, go sit out in my SUV to breathe because the air in there is just unbelievable. It is unbelievable. It's just so thick is what I call it. And we had all this cold weather. Today is actually set in my car, my SUV is staying at 77. It's a beautiful day. But we've been having cold weather. It started going down the day before yesterday, I guess. And it was in the negatives, much like the nation, but I don't live in much of the nation. I live in one place here. But anyway, okay, had a cough there. Yeah, but anyway, and I was making videos on the way there and on the way back, about stuff that's going on. So I couldn't sleep last night. It was awful. It was just really bad. My hips, so I can only sleep on my sides. One of them hurts just sitting down. And then the other one, it'll start hurting now because I'm leaning all of it on one hip, on one side, and it's just a mess. And I have got a new mattress for the room in the front. It's just as bad as the other one. The other one was just barely over a year, like a year and 2-3 months, and they're just bad. The way they make them these days, just springs and a little bit of material on top, and that's a mattress. Plastic springs even. Come on now. Okay. I gotta figure out which road. I went the back way to here. I don't usually go the back way, so I think it's straight here. And the way these roads cross, this one was parallel at one point to this one. Yeah, it's right down there to the right. It's parallel to this one. You see right now, it's perpendicular. Anyway, so this morning came, and I finally had fallen back to sleep like 2 hours before I was supposed to leave, and I have it set on my alarm. My alarm will tell me every Tuesday, Thursday it goes off at 10 o'clock, and that's the time I leave, at 10 in the morning for physical therapy. And but I woke up right before the alarm went off, and he was in the living room. I was like, great. it seemed like he just woke up. I don't know, because the house was smelling of cigarette smoke, and I was having a hard time breathing, so I was in a hurry to get dressed and go, just to get out of there. Go to the bathroom, do all the things I have to do to just go. It was too much, and he knows this. He knows that the cigarette smoke is too much, but he'll sit there and smoke probably. He even has admitted it's 5 in a row, and he's supposed to not be smoking because the cardiologist told him so, and that they're going to have to put a stent in if he keeps smoking, and he just keeps smoking. He's doing weird things like eating only one time a day, from noon to 1. This, it's his own thing to come up with, and just weird stuff. And he throws temper tantrums now. It's like he's developing dementia. Seriously, I'm starting to worry more and more. Because he's never been one to pay a lot of attention. If he'll listen like just for a keyword or something, and that's it. It's just like his family. He and his family, they are like this. So, yeah. Man, there is so much freaking traffic. This is why I went the back way, thinking that I'd stay out of all that traffic. No. Like I said, I don't usually go the back way. So, anyway. Okay, I got some gas because I was getting down to a quarter of a tank, and I don't let it go down below that, and I knew I was going to be out. But the reason I don't do that is because I have chemical allergies, and sometimes I will put it in there. It's not as bad as perfume allergies. So I went right now and put the gas in myself. Didn't smell the gas, but sure enough, there was a guy parked in the next lane over, and okay, I'm on now. And I'm surprised somebody didn't take it where I live. But the next one over was a young guy. I think it was a Tesla, and he went in, came back out, and whoo, he wasn't there when I drove up. He was just putting gas in, or I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be a Tesla. Would it be? I don't know. But anyway, he was inside and came back out, and my goodness, did he have on enough cologne? That started to make me want to gag. Perfume allergy, man, bad for me. Really, perfume colognes, oh my gosh. And it can be stuff like they clean the carpet with, at places. So anyway, I'm out of breath, as you can tell. Maybe you can tell. But usually when I'm outside, it gets better. Usually. So anyway, what am I talking about? This whole thing with Adam, okay? I don't know what he's doing. Maybe I don't know. When I got up second time to go, he asked me, I was talking about that part. He asked me, he was sitting in front of his computer in the living room, and I was in the kitchen, which I can see right there. There he is, about as far as from here to that thing that you see in front of you. And he said, do you have time for me to take a shower? I said, I'm leaving in about 5 minutes. I wasn't even sure how many minutes left. And he didn't respond, which is nothing unusual. I really get annoyed with that lately, because I say, acknowledge that I spoke to you. That you heard me. Whatever it is, he doesn't do it. I think he thinks it's fun. Or he's just lost in his own little world. He's always had a problem with that. Like I said in the video I was making earlier today, ADHD much? I don't diagnose, but that's my view. I've known him over 40 years, He's older than I. So anyway, and he said that, and I said 5, maybe maximum 10 minutes. Well, he just kept sitting there. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I was having a hard time breathing. And I let him know. I said, I'm having a hard time breathing. And he knows the score. Okay, what in the hell is this guy doing next to me? My God, crazy shit. Sorry, pardon my... I'm not going to say this like as if it makes any different, but I saw Louisiana license plate. I don't know what that guy was doing. It was creepy. It was totally creepy. So, middle of the day, I'm dealing with such creepiness. So I'm going to move over here. I don't want to be driving around so much. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go to a different place than right here. Yeah, I've already had enough. Goodness. Anyway. Yeah, you got to hear me cuss. It was creepy. I'm just going to put it that way. Yeah. Ugh. He was part right, you know. He was already there, but just, oh, creepy, creepy, creepy. Creepy people, man. So anyway, about Adam. He was doing that, you know, just sitting there looking at his computer. And I was I told him, I said, look, I'm in a rush to get out of here. So where was he? I don't know. Where was his head, I should say. So my alarm went off. The alarm I mentioned tells me I have to leave. He knows this. He knows I set my alarms to tell me when to leave. So I just got my stuff. You know, I was in the front of the house. He was still sitting there. And I'm just like, okay, that's enough. I can't handle it. And I left. Because if he's, you know, I'm not playing some kind of game. He and his family members, they do. It's like they have a contest of who can be the last person to hold everybody up. Seriously. That's what they do. Okay, and no, I'm not joking. You know, they don't voice it, but they will do anything to cause a person to be late. Or, you know, I think it's more about, you're going to see, I run the show. And I'm going to make you wait for me. His niece was so, the one that is the demon. I'm going to call her the devil, herself. Yeah. She, the one that tried to kill me 3 times. Yeah, that one. 31. She left the country. I was basically informed that I should put her in, the words were mental institution. That's what word, I would say psych ward, but yeah, because she was psychotic and she wasn't on her medications. And I wanted her out of the country because she'll never return. She won't be allowed back. That's how I see it. I don't think she'll ever be able to come back. And so yeah, she left. But she was really seriously bad about it. So bad that it angered Adam. He would throw, I'm not kidding, a major fit of rage about how she was with that. You know, I'm talking like he would have... Okay, this was my favorite parking spot for a while. There's a tree right here, and the tree covers. But the problem with it is, as time went by... Oh, and on the other side of me, on the right side of me, is the police department. Okay, and they park right there. And there's the police department. So it's the best place to park, you know, we think about it. But that started getting to where other people think this way. People who live in their SUVs, or they travel in their SUVs, or whatever they're driving, they park here too. And usually I don't park next to them, I don't care. It's in front of the police department. Okay? But, yeah, I don't want to be too much on the road. So where was I in this? I hope it didn't mess it up, because I had to cut out a piece of one of the clips, the last clip. If it's the last clip, usually it doesn't mess up, but it's because some kids, and I don't put people's kids in my videos. Hopefully it won't place them out of order. Sometimes it does that. But anyway, I had to cut out some of it. I was talking about his niece, who was 31, who's left the country. And I was so glad, and I so wanted her to be out of the country, to never return again. And so I'll never have to see that psychopath. Actually, I consider her a sociopath, and I don't doubt it. I don't doubt my view at all. But no, not at all. Not downplaying it anymore. She was, yeah. But anyway, if she was really bad, she would make Adam so angry, because she would hold up like an hour, as much as an hour. He said that we're leaving at this time at 9 o'clock. It would, like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 o'clock and she's still taking her time. Okay, she was, it's so unbelievable in their family how all of them do basically the same thing. It's them, and then they have Adam's cousins, one set of cousins, and their parents and their children. I don't know about their children so much. And their children will be grown, most of them. I know, that one of them is the one that actually says, actually, after anything anybody says, actually, like he knows so much. He's probably in his 40s now. But actually, and that's how they are. They would do the actually thing, that anytime anybody makes any statement, they'll say, they'll either say actually or it's implied that they know better. They have a better view of whatever was just spoken. And Adam actually told me they feel like, that is a way to keep a conversation going. I don't know who told him that mess, but it's a lie, as it is, I'm sure. But that's the way to not have a conversation keep flowing between you and somebody else, is to constantly tell them that they're wrong. And you know better. Oh, they do that. They're the people that start a job, don't finish the job, if they even ever start one. They're the people who move things around into other people's houses. Especially if they want to cook their, a meal from their country for everybody. The next time you go into your kitchen, you're not going to be able to find anything, because they will have moved it and put it somewhere else, because they know better. They know better where everything's supposed to be. The list goes on and on. I've done so many videos on these different things. It is unbelievable that, oh my gosh. Yeah. Some of the things, it's just so irritating. One of them after another, and it's just, all of them, they're just stepping all over anybody. They're just doing things to anybody. Nobody likes this stuff. I can't imagine anybody who would like to be around people like them. I don't. I know some of them over 40 years. I don't like to be around them at all. Ever. Seriously. They're that irritating. And my degrees are in psychology and sociology. I am probably one of the most patient people you will meet. A person who just accept people as their flaws, but these, they don't stop. These, they just keep doing them, and keep doing them, and keep doing it. If you say anything to them, actually, it's just going to keep on correcting you over and over and over. It's like, God, you're insane. They are totally insane. Dealing with their insanity. No. See what I'm saying? I don't want to be around you. I've been so happy that for decades now, I've hardly ever been around any of them. And when I have, it's been, oh my gosh, I don't want to be around them. I just don't. Like his sister was just as bad as our daughter. But, seriously, trying to kill me. I'm tired of downplaying it. Seriously. If somebody says my child has peanut allergies, you're going to go and hand them some peanuts? You're going to sit there and eat peanuts in front of them? Because from what I understand, I don't know much. I'm definitely not a voice of authority on peanut allergies, so I don't know. But I have heard that some people, just the smell of it, just being around it, can cause them problems. I don't know if that's true. I know with me, it's not peanut allergies, it's perfume allergies. just being around it could kill me. It makes me gag and I can't breathe, and I'm, just sitting there going, not being able to breathe. I don't have one of those pins or whatever. I've never been told that from any doctor to do that, so I didn't know. But I do have to, Benadryl, but I don't know. I've never been told by any doctor. Seriously, I tell them that, and they just, I've had trouble with doctors. You know that. Anyway, so there's somebody sitting, there's a guy over there sitting in his SUV. The woman left that was not right next to me. But anyway, where was I? But this with, making people wait with Adam and everything. And I figured that's what he was doing. Because he wasn't even looking. He asked me, do I have 5 minutes? I said, no. He said, you have a few minutes for me to take a shower. I said, what, are you going to go with me? I said, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. And he just sit there staring at his computer screen with his, doing his mouse and everything. I'm like, I'm not playing. I could barely breathe as it was. I was trying to rush to get out of the house, because he had been smoking and all that. So I leave. He's sitting right there. See, like right where that car is, right over there. No, maybe not. Maybe about that far. And the doors, you can see the door open and the sun comes right through the door. All right. You see me, I'm leaving. You hear me leaving. And then I get to the physical therapy. I'm having a hard time breathing, as I'm leaving. And I get there, and I had a hard time in the hall. That's the usual lately. And I have a long talk with her about the shortness of breath and everything, by the way. I had before, but it just, I don't know. It seems like I don't know if it's gotten worse or just staying the same. It's this bed, this house, everything, so much. Okay, I'm going to go to Sonic and make a really strange request. I brought my soda with me, and I cannot drink anything with caffeine. Well, all their drinks are caffeine. So I want to get some ice. But I like to get their blackberry, they put it inside the sodas, blackberry. It's sugar-free. Just a bit. I want to see if they can do this, if they can follow what I mean. I don't know. People these days, they don't understand what I mean. But just to have some ice with a little bit of that in there, and I'll pay for the whole soda. Okay, I'm not going to try to rip them off or anything like that. I'll pay for it as if it had soda in it without the soda. I pay for it without the soda. I want to see if they can. I want to see if they can follow me. There's no real language barrier, by the way. I'm not talking about people who English is their second language. No. I'm talking that people just don't understand me. And no, I don't go around making strange requests like this, but I could even just say, I want, this soda, Diet Dr. Pepper, and the blackberry in it. And what? Huh? Seriously. How about I could go drive up to a place and say, I want the number 2 combo. Huh? You want the what? I don't know, really. Why can you not understand? I want the number 2 combo. Okay, and that's what it says on the screen. Number 2. It says combo, this price, You can get it without the combo, without the other stuff. Or you can have it as a combo. Combo. Now, you would think they would know that term if they worked there. Or if it says meal, you can say, I want the number 2 meal. They're going to get confused. What do you mean, meal? Not always, but quite often this happens. You see me shaking my head. Anyway, I'm going to finish this about with Adam. So, where was I? Yeah, the whole thing of, I'm not playing. Like he and his niece, and his whole family. Somebody's going to be making everybody, causing everybody. Okay, I'm not going to go because I can't see around those cars. But making everybody, I really cannot see. I'm going to go anyway. I can see. Okay. But yeah, making anybody that's in the car, you're going to wait for them. Adam will do this every time. We get out to the car, he'll go crank it up. So if you say crank one more time, it's our thing. It's been, I don't know how many years since cars cranked. Anyway, but what he does, it doesn't even matter if it's a Sunday. Doesn't matter if he's already done this. Every time he'll go, you got it, check the mail on a Sunday. Okay, every time. Think about that. Every time. So I'm already in the SUV, and he's walking slowly to the mailbox. Because that's how they are, and his family. Seriously. So anyway, I wasn't going to play this game. I was having a hard time breathing. Wanted to get the heck out of Dodge and go to my PT, my PT appointment. I mean, it's that easy. Nobody needs to create chaos. Okay, just do, go, there, done. So I get there and he calls me. Like, I would say for me to get there and be up there, it was probably 45 minutes later. After I had just left to go. And he calls and he says, "Where are you? I thought we were supposed to go put gas in your SUV." I'm sitting up at the front, There's a nice woman. I like the nice woman there. She's, close to my age. I'd say she's probably 5 years younger. And we're the only ones up there, and she could probably hear him. And I said, I'm at physical therapy, and I cannot speak on the phone. I'll call you later, or something like that. Okay, whether you're going to turn here or not, go. But anyway, so and I said I'll talk to you later. And I don't know if he thought he was going to continue talking and going on. I just hung up. And I told him I can't talk right now. I'm a physical therapist. I gotta go. It's plain and simple. You wouldn't believe what I'm saying. So here, okay, that is just weird. It's a big old, I don't know, what is she, bull horns or something on the front of some guy's SUV or truck. Okay, first I just asked if they had anything that was both caffeine-free, that was diet and caffeine-free. I had to ask it 4 times. She did not understand me. Okay. She came out. Because then I started to ask about blackberry. She came out. And she and I have done this before. There's no language barrier. I don't know if they just can't understand me, if their machines need to be updated or what. But face to face, we have no problem. So what is it? It has to be, right? Hopefully she got it together. Now I'm waiting on it. Apparently it takes a while to put ice in a root. There it comes. Let's see. Okay, apparently, but when she came out, she showed me, she said, look right here on this. The flavor is 59 cents. Okay, that's how much they charge to add it to your soda. That's what I would think. But no, apparently they get asked this quite often, because she says, that's all we do. We'll put it in a cup. Yay! You know what I'm saying? Yay! Wow. I mean, but I guess I will never ask again if they have anything diet and caffeine free. Why that was so difficult? Can you understand me? do you have anything that's diet and caffeine free? Now, if they're gonna, if she was confused, maybe she was thinking it was food. I'm being mean, but not really. I mean, because she said, what do you mean? Okay. I gotta stop. But yeah, this is gonna get long. But anyway, with Adam. Okay, so he called me while I was there. I did physical therapy. You have to turn your cell phone off. So I turned my cell phone off. I saw the sign. And so I turned it off. Went and did my physical therapy. It takes about an hour. And as I was leaving, I turned it back on. And he hadn't called. All right. But I don't know that it was show because I don't let people leave voice messages. I get too many of those calls that they want to buy my house. You know, on a road that I've never even heard of. It doesn't exist. And yeah, you know, scams. And so nobody can leave a voicemail. I have it filled up. It's not changing. He didn't text. He's not one to text. So anyway, so I go home. You know, I called him twice. I called him from there because I was going to get us something to eat. And this was what we did the last time. And he doesn't answer. So I drive on down the road or whatever it was. I call again, you know, closer to the place or something. He doesn't answer. So I figured he probably went to his favorite place where he goes eat buffet, and I can't eat there because it's too salty for me. So I figured he'd probably do that, and he probably left his cell phone at home, right? Because Adam always answers his phone, no matter what. So I, you know, go and get something to eat. I get both of us something. You know, this Polo Regio place, and it's not cheap. But, you know, nothing. Still get home. His SUV isn't there. Yeah, he's probably gone to his favorite place, and you know, when he does, he takes a while. Okay, he takes a couple hours or so, because it's not near here, his favorite place. And sometimes he has something home to bring home with him. But anyway, from there. So, you know, like I said, he's older than I. And he's usually very, you know, he answers his phone. So I didn't think, I went home, hadn't been able to sleep the night before. I was so tired from the physical therapy and, you know, because some of it is very tiring. And I got home and I went and ate, and I crashed, man. I crashed. I fell asleep. Woke up, I would say, probably 2 or 3 hours later. And I, you know, thought, okay, he's probably in there. He just didn't wake me up. Okay. So anyway, so I figured, you know, he probably crashed too when it fell asleep, you know. And because he does that after he eats, and he's only eating now from 12 to 1. And I figured maybe from 12 to 1, you know, and then I fell asleep. I got home during that time. So by that time he would be home. A kid walked up. It could be a kid, I don't know. A teenager. Anyway. So, like I said, I woke up and he's not there. Looked at the front door and his SUV's not there. I didn't say that, but yeah, he's not there. And I'm like, okay. So, again, I was feeling like I gotta get out of here, you know. The feeling is so strange. And I go and you know, go to the restroom to get myself together and all that. And I called him, you know, in the meanwhile, I got my phone, called, because I figured that he had left his phone at home. No. And I call again, you know, second time. I'm breathing heavy now, walking through the house trying to find his cell phone. And, you know, called it again, and cell phone's nowhere. I'm like, okay, this is highly unusual. Just so unusual for him. You know, he wouldn't answer his phone. And so I was thinking, did it ring the usual amount of time? or, like, it wasn't like he just pushed a button. No. So, finished getting ready to go and all this. And I sent him a text, said, hey, I'm going to have to report you as missing. And I really started thinking about that because he's been forgetting a lot lately. And I worked with people with dementia, before in my life. And it's really been starting to worry me. But like I said, the thing with him is he just listens for key words. Because I'll say, you remember when I said this? And he said, no, I don't remember. And I'd said it several times, something I'd said several times over time. Yeah. So anyway, now he has a friend. He could have gone to go see his friend, who lives where his niece used to live. And when she was a student, and he could have gone there, and he just, he'll call me once he leaves, whatever, but he hasn't. And I send the text saying, hey, I'm going to have to report you as missing. And the truth is, I will. Come on. This is this is not like him at all. But I know that, from what I've always heard, it has to be 24 hours and all this. So, I'll know later on if he's going to be a missing person. Come on. Too unusual for him. So, like I said, unless he just went and saw that friend of his, and that friend of his, I've known that friend of his. Well, I met that friend of his when we first got married, and that was when I was 18, 61 now. And we stayed with him for a while. I didn't like the guy. His friends were always, like that friend that he would see. They were always doing things that, much like Adam's family. Yeah, both sets of cousins, both the other cousins too. They just do things that are bucking the system, that are in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's going to be like a lie, or they're gonna do something that's unusual within it. And here I am saying he's being unusual. But no, they do. They just do anything that normally people wouldn't do that. Like his niece got kicked out of, she was working on a master's degree. She got kicked out for plagiarism. That's the story she told. Yeah, I think it was kicked out for more than that, if at that at all. Yeah, because we hear some things and just, you don't do that. Okay, and she got kicked out of her place. She lost her job there. Okay, these things don't happen just at a university, especially. Unless you did something wrong. Okay, she did something wrong. And that they always like bucking the system. They're going to do something wrong. Why can't you just do it the normal way? The normal way. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. His friend is like that, this guy. And I didn't like him because his first girlfriend, I knew, his first wife, she wasn't his wife then, but I knew her. I met her through him. She was a nice enough person, but he really did a number on her. And she wound up leaving him. Smart woman. And but now he's married, has kids, adults, kids, probably grandchildren. But he probably goes with them. They cook some food. They have this. He's probably turned his phone, the ringer off. But the last time that he went somewhere and I went somewhere else, he called me, and I was going to an appointment. No, it was an appointment with the ophthalmologist. And he called. He said, "You're going to come pick me up?" I said, "What do you mean?" Some animal had got in his SUV and chewed up the wiring, $800 worth of wiring. So he said. I'm serious. Okay, but I am going to remember that I can come here and get some ice and put my own soda in it. See, I had my own soda with me. So, yeah, that's nice. I like their ice. It's on it. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, go home. I don't know his friend's phone number. I don't, no, I really don't have anything to do with any of his, I don't even have any of his family's phone number, except one of his brothers. I really don't care to have anything to do with them. And they're always, as it is, just, you know, I mean, like his brother is a dentist. Okay, these are people you think in the community, like they got doctors, dentists, engineers, you know, people who you would think would, you know, but no, seriously, I'm not going to make assumptions for you, but you know, yeah, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. I really don't care to have their phone numbers, really don't. You know, and his brother, that brother, he's my age. He went and lied to his girlfriend, who is definitely histrionic. Oh my God, the woman's so unbelievably loud and obnoxious. She has Medusa hair and told me one time, "This is what you need to do to your hair." Oh man, I have, you know, I was raised polite society. I didn't say anything, but you know, I really should have ripped into her. No, not the way I was raised, not the way I am. I just am not that way, but I really am starting to question, why am I not? Seriously. Some of these people need to have, yeah, but these are the people that you read in 2 Timothy 3 in the Bible. Yeah. Stay away from these people. Go read 2 Timothy 3 if you're not religious. Just read it in the Christian Bible. See if that sounds familiar. But anyway, my goodness. But I'm going to go home now if he's there. Not, you know, this is ridiculous. Seriously, this is very unlike him to go this far with anything. But, like I said, probably, if he went to see his friend, he's over there, he's with his friend, they're talking, and they're having a meal, dinner, all this, and he's not paying attention. Adam's really bad about not paying attention. You know. So, oh, I had my cell phone, you know, turned down on this, whatever, dude. You know, like I said, I'm not playing these games. It's just, you know, like I said, that runs in their family, these kinds of weird games. And I was saying this about his brother. I call him Dennis, the dentist. It's real mature. But he won't answer my phone calls because he told his girlfriend some lies and stuff like this, and so he's keeping it up that I'm all mean and all this. I am not mean. I guess that's what he told her. She acts like that, like I am. Well, listen, little histrionic, wearing his revealing clothes. She's probably 50 by now. And laughs top of the lungs. You go to a restaurant with her, store with her, you're totally embarrassed because she's laughing and talking really loud. And look, like I said, Medusa hair. And she wants everybody to pay attention to her. She doesn't care what kind of attention. Negative, positive, she doesn't care. As long as she's the center of attention. And she wears a perfume like she, you know, why do we pick on French people with this perfume thing? You know the expression, right? But, I mean, my God, awful. And I got chemical allergies the last time that they came over, which was the last time. I was sick of it. I was tired of it. You know I have this, don't come into my home where it is so much. You take a shower, people. So. But anyway, I'll see if he's home, if he's playing a game, or am I going to have to report him to the police? You know, seriously. Okay, you got a lane, I have a lane. Okay. Let's get this straight. That thing has been there for at least 20 years. Where both lanes turn, and there will always be somebody just about every time that's in the lane, the one to my left, that thinks that both lanes are for them. Seriously. And one time when they fixed this, just a few years ago, was it? They did the lines wrong. Oh man, they got a lot of must have, because they fixed them real quick. Yeah. So, but anyway, I guess if he's there, I'll come back and, you know, just from inside and say, you know, what happened, if he's there or not. If he's not, well, it won't be anytime soon. Or would it be? How would I know? I can't predict the future. But yeah, it's 5:03. I'm going to be pretty ticked. I don't get ticked. You know, I'm such a mild-mannered person. You know, my ticked would be more like, you know, I strongly care about what could have happened to you. Seriously, that would be my ticked off. Really, seriously. So, I strongly care about what could have happened to you. Don't you know? Something could have happened to you. Especially with him not eating like a normal person. And he takes medication. God. I can't talk any sense into him about it. He's very defensive, highly defensive. And I told him, I know his doctor. He was mine a very short while. I know his doctor didn't tell him that. So, but you know, like I said, bucking the system. He said, well, my doctor told me. His doctor did not tell him that. So, by the way, you know, the thing about it is, if he was home, he probably would be calling me and saying, where are you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just wait and see what happens, and then I'll get back on here. Okay, it's the next day. I said I was going to come back and update it, but I didn't. Not yesterday, but I basically, whatever time it was that I got home yesterday, he wasn't there when I got home, but he got home like a couple minutes or so later. Yeah. And I had already, it was a few minutes, I'd already went and laid down on the second bouncy house bed. You know, the mattresses are just these days, I'm telling you. And I guess I had gotten comfortable, and I could see, that's in the front of the house. I could see the door open, the front door, so I knew it was him. And I could see through the window just the light, you know, the light from it. It was very bright outside. And so I knew it was him, and he just probably didn't want to wake me up, and he went right to bed, slept all night. Oh, seriously. But I didn't get up because I really didn't care. Seriously. I mean, I know something, whatever. That's how I am these days. You know, whatever. And we've hardly seen one another today, as it is, and so whatever. I mean, there's no, I mean, at our age, I don't care. You know? It is a little funny, but because whatever he was doing, whatever I was doing, I was doing. It's not like there's some big secrets and all that, you know, at this age. No. So, and I didn't ask, and he didn't ask, so whatever. I did tell him, don't you ever not answer the phone again when I call. Yeah. Because that part of it was not good, because there could have been something going wrong with him. There could have been something going wrong with me. And I'm not playing that. Plain and simple. So, you know, like I said, we hardly have seen one another. But when I did, I told him that flat out. Don't ever do that again. I was not going to play around. I'm not going to be nice about it. I just said it flat out, don't ever do that again. So, anyway, but I thought I'd add that and move on with my day.